Hello, welcome to BioGreat TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Biography of Riek Machar Teni Dogon. Riek Machar Teni Dogon is a South Sudanese politician who serves as the first vice president of the country. He, like many other South Sudanese politicians, fought a hard and long war before attaining independence. Machar was born in 1953 in Leer, Unity State, as the 26th son of his father, who was the chief of Ayot and Leer. He grew up attending the Presbyterian Church, studied engineering at Khartoum University, and went on to bag a PhD in mechanical engineering from the University of Bradford in 1984. In South Sudan's War of Independence against the Arab and Muslim-dominated government of Sudan, Machar was one of the rebel leaders in the Sudan People's Liberation Movement Army (SPLMA), led by John Garang, until he fell out with Garang in 1991. He felt differently from John Garang about the objective of the war. While Garang wanted a democratic and united Sudan where Southerners would have adequate representation in the government, Machar preferred a completely independent South Sudan. Their disagreement became quite sharp, and in August 1991, Riek Machar, along with some other SPLM leaders, announced that John Garang had been removed from the SPLM. But that was easier said than done. In the end, Machar and some top leaders broke away and started another faction of the movement, citing their base in Nasir. The new movement became known as SPLMA Nasir. Some other leaders in the movement, like Cherubino Kwanyin and Faustino Atem-Goldit, who had been jailed by Garang for one reason or the other, escaped from prison and joined Machar in 1993. The SPLM Nasir was initially dominated by people of the Nuer tribe, but as more people from other ethnic groups joined, it became known as SPLA United. As the rivalry between Garang and Machar grew, the president of Kenya, Arap Moi, had separate meetings with the two leaders in September 1993. The following month, the U.S. Congress also hosted a meeting between them. They seemed to be in agreement on a number of ideas like ceasefire and opposition to the government in Khartoum. Even Garang agreed by this time to the idea of full self-determination for South Sudan. However, Machar refused to accept Garang's authority and therefore refused to sign a joint declaration. From 1994 to 1997, Machar's movement was changed from SPLA Nasir to the South Sudan Independence Movement Army (SSIMA). Although the group wanted independence for South Sudan, it was alleged to have secretly received support from the government of Sudan to fight against the John Garang-led SPLA between 1991 and 1999. There is a saying that all is fair in love and war. Machar found a way to exploit ethnic differences in his fight against Garang. He especially took advantage of SPLA unpopularity with the Jikani people, using some aspects of their traditions to make a case as to why they should support him instead of John Garang. He also developed support among the Eastern Nuer people and the Low people. In 1997, Machar signed the Khartoum Peace Agreement with the government, and under the agreement, he became the assistant to President Omar el-Bashir and president of the Southern States Coordinating Council. He was also appointed as Commander-in-Chief of the South Sudan Defense Force (SSDF). In 1998, Paulino Matip, who led a rebel group called the South Sudan Unity Movement (SSUM), began driving out civilians from the oil-producing areas of the Unity State. Machar now with the national government, engaged the rebel group severally in an attempt to stop them from taking over the important oil fields, but he was not exactly successful in doing that. Machar's failure to prevent the displacement of civilians from the oil-producing areas turned his own Nuer people against him. In 2000, he then resigned from the government and formed a new rebel group called Sudan People's Defense Forces Democratic Front (SPDF). Because of the crack in his wall, putting his life at risk in his own Nuer region, he moved his base to the eastern Jikani area. After 2 years, he decided that fighting Garang was not exactly playing out in his interest, and so signed an agreement with John Garang to join the SPDF with the SPLA. This marked the end of their long quarrel. Finally, the civil war ended in January 2005, and in August, Machar was made vice president after the death of John Garang in July 2005. He also became SPLM co-chair of the Joint Executive Political Committee. When a referendum was held and South Sudan became independent in July 2011, he was appointed first vice president of the new republic. On the 15th of July 2011, Machar was South Sudan's representative at a ceremony in New York when his country's flag was raised outside the United Nations headquarters. The new Republic of South Sudan, having just come out of a long war, did not enjoy a long period of peace before another civil war began. It all started in February 2013 when Machar publicly stated his intentions to challenge President Salva Kiir. Then in July, Kiir dismissed the entire cabinet, including Machar, a move Machar described as a step towards dictatorship. All this triggered the South Sudanese civil war. In late August 2015, Machar signed a peace agreement with the government. By the agreement, he would again become vice president. In April 2016, Machar returned to the capital Juba as part of the peace deal and was sworn in as vice president. But 3 months later, he fled the capital after fighting started again between his loyalists and Kiir's. He was given a 48-hour ultimatum to return to Juba to resume peace talks. When the ultimatum expired, his lead negotiator, Taban Deng Gai, was appointed to take his place as Vice President albeit in acting capacity. In October 2017, Machar, while away in South Africa, was placed under house arrest until March 2018. He returned to Juba in October after a peace deal was agreed and signed in September. But a delay in the implementation of the agreement made him move to Khartoum in May 2019. Finally, on the 22nd of February 2020, he was made first vice president of South Sudan in the transitional government of national unity. Machar was married to a British aid worker named Emma McCune. Unfortunately, in 1993, she was involved in a car accident in Nairobi, Kenya, which claimed her life. She was just 29 years old when she died. Machar, after mourning his loss, found love again and got married to his second wife, Angelina Teny, who is one of the top female politicians in South Sudan. She served as Minister of State for Energy from 2005 to 2010 and as Minister for Defense from March 2020. He and his wife have 4 children. On the 18th of May 2020, as the global coronavirus raged, Machar and his wife tested positive for the virus. However, Machar, having survived several battles in the war front, did not let the virus overcome him. He recovered from the virus along with his wife. What have we missed out of this biography of Machar? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel.